Hello everyone, welcome to learn data structures and algorithm in Python course. So in this series we are solving basic 2D array problems, and today we'll be solving another interesting problem where we'll be seeing how to print a matrix in snake pattern. So first let's understand the problem. So the problem is telling us, so what we are previously doing, we are previously printing these elements from left to right. Means every time we go for each row, so let's say at row 0 we print this element from left to right. Then at row 1 we print the element from left to right. So first we are printing like 1 2 3, then 4 5 6, then 7 8 9. But here in this problem, so this problem telling us to print like this pattern. First print 1, so output will be look like this. First print 1, then print 2, okay, then print 3. After 3 you have to print 6, then after 6 you have to print 5. After 5 we have to print 4. After 4 you have to print 7, 8 and 9. So you can print or you can return an array that containing this element. That both you can do. Now the problem is how you can traverse like this. So it is like 3 cross 3 matrix, but if it is 4 cross 4 or 5 cross 4, 5 cross 5, then also it is possible. Now let's try to understand how we can do. Okay, first let's find the pattern. Observe carefully. For row equals to 0 we are iterating from left to right. First we are printing 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, now when we are at row 1 we are not printing from left to right, we are printing from right to left, like from last column to first column. Then when row is 2, then we are doing the same thing what we are doing for row equals to 0. Means we are printing from first column to last column. Can you find a pattern? When row equals to 0 we are printing from left to right. Then when row equals to 1 we are printing from right to left. And when row equals to 2 we are again printing from left to right. And when row equals to 3 we'll be definitely printing from right to left. Means when the row value, the index row index value is even 0 to 4, then we are printing from left to right. Okay, from lower column index value to higher column index value. And when row is odd value, then we are printing from higher column value to lower column value. So let's see how we can do that. So to do that, first what we have to do, we have to run a for loop, right? That for loop, let's take I, that will run for each row, right? So for I in range, and range will be from 0 to n, right? Whatever the dimension of this matrix. Then we'll check. What we'll check? If the I equals to even, if I equals to even, then what we'll do? We'll run the for loop for j in range. And what will be the range? The range will be from left to right, means from 0 to n, right? And if I equals to odd, like 1 3 5, then we'll run this j in range, and range will be from n minus 1 to 0. Okay, we can say this minus 1 because minus 1 is excluded. So what we have to do first, we have to go through each row, and in each row, if we find the index of this row is even, then we'll be running the jth loop from left to right, from 0 to n minus 1. Then if I is odd, then we'll run for loop for this j value to n minus 1 to 0. So that is the problem. And after each iteration, we'll be printing this element matrix of ij, or we can store this inside a new array. Let's see how we can solve this problem. So let's take an array. Let's or matrix equals to, let's take 1 2 3 4. Then let's take 5 6 7 8, then 9 10 11 12, sorry, then 13 14 15 16. Okay, so this is basically 4 cross 4 matrix. Let's say n equals to 4. And now what we have to do, we have to print snake pattern, right? So let's create a function def let's create snake pattern printing. Okay, now what will take, it will take matrix and n size of the matrix. Then let's create a array. We wanna store this elements inside a array, and after that we'll print this out. Let's assume raise equals to initialize empty, then run a for loop for, let's say I will run for each row for I in range, then that range will be from 0 to n, right? And then we'll check, what will check, if I is even, if I modulo 2 equals to 0. This means if it is even, then what we gonna do, we gonna run for j in range. And what will be the range? So if it is even, so will be iterating from left to right. So j will be range from 0 to n, and then whatever the value uh, will be appending inside this dot append. What will append? I j. Okay, now uh, else what are we gonna do, if it is odd, then what we'll do, we'll run a for loop for j in range, and this range will be start from the last column in -1 to -1, and it will decrement by -1, right? Then we'll do the same thing, raise dot append mat of I comma j, right? And after this we gonna return this, or we can simply print this out. Print, what we're gonna print, we'll print this result array, right? So this is the function. Now let's call it. First, let's print the matrix. Let's create a function to print the matrix. Def print mat. It will take matrix. Then for row in mat, for yearly in row, print yearly comma, then uh, space, and after each row let's put a space, then after that also put a space, print. Okay, now first Let's call this print mat. Then first it will print our matrix. Then we'll call this snake pattern print. It will take matrix and size n cross n matrix. Now let's try to print this. Uh, okay, why it is giving like this? Let's comment it out. Int row really. Okay, I have to put int equals to this. Okay, now let's clear this out. And now let's try to run this. Now you can see this was the array. So first, if we print in snake pattern, so it will be like 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, then 8 7 6 5, then 9 10 11 12, 9 10 11 12, then 16 15 14 and 13. So that is how we can print the matrix elements in snake pattern. So hope you have understood this problem. So that's it for today. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.